So Hailey Van Lith was just signed by the Connecticut Sun in what is a move that shouldn't be surprising for anyone. This is a team, ironically, that I originally predicted that HVL was going to be drafted to. That was my initial prediction, was that HVL was going to be drafted to the Sun. I want to see in general who they have and who they're going to cut. So we're looking at this one here, and obviously they're you got HVL for 3 years now. She was claimed off the waivers, which means you don't get her on a minimum. But look at the roster. Neepkin's going to make it. Angaloma's going to make it. 2. Miller 3. Petty 4. Edwards 5. Odo 6. Burke 7. Rivers 8. Morrow 9. Granite 10. Lacan 11. And then Charlie Sledger Walker 12. That's not a great lineup. It's not great, but it's better than people think, if you get me. They're not going to be fire bad. They're going to be like tempo bad or mystics bad. That's kind of the level that they're going to be at, where it's like, they're not good, but they're not like unbelievably awful either. But when you add HVL to that team, that's not like, there are spots for her. There are spots for her to play. Reagan Beers might make the final team, because you do not need Layla Khan, Shea Petty, Charlie Sledger Walker, and Hailey Van Lith on your team. That is the Sky getting rid of their players, and one of those was HVL. Kind of don't need all those players if you are Connecticut. So Shea Petty might get cut. Shea Petty purely might get cut. And that's one of those things where I don't really think Shea Petty does much. I thought she was alright for the Fever last year, but like, I think it was too bad. So wow, Annalie Maley has got waived out by Liberty. I clicked the wrong thing. But where is this from Underdog? From Underdog, HVL has been claimed off the waivers. So I mean, this would not have been a good choice for the Fever. The Fever already have too many yards, and she is smaller than all of them. She's smaller than all of them. As long as they allow her to be herself and not push her to be a traditional point guard, yeah, I don't think it's actually a really good landing spot. And I do think Mazian's offense relies a lot on kind of combo guards and passing post players, and I actually think that she could be really good. I think she'd be really good. Hailey and Anissa again having flashbacks. I mean, Hailey did not do well at LSU. I will say that much. But I really like this from Connecticut. I think this is a good move. And when a player is good enough to make your rosters on waivers, you get them. It basically got a free first round pick from last year. And all around, like, I do think this is a player that, like, she's a player that really should be seen as a good backup scoring guard. And I think that in a league that's too, in my opinion, overly obsessed with vets, getting a really good young player is big, especially on the cheap when they're kind of expensive to get young players. So yeah, HVL. My guess is that Maddie Westwell's going to be claimed off waivers somewhere. I wonder where it's going to be. My assumption as well is that Annalie Maley from New York getting claimed off waivers is a big one too. And I'll talk about that one tomorrow or later on probably. But yeah, this is a big one. This is a really, really big one. for the Connecticut Sun, and I do think that the Connecticut Sun are going to be at least a fun team, because HVL is fun to watch. I stand by that one. I think HVL is fun to watch. I think that she was genuinely a fun player at TCU. I thought she was great to watch at Louisville, and I thought in general that she wasn't good for Sky last year, but she had flashes. I thought she was really good, ironically, against the Sun. In that game, in the game Angel Reese had her triple-double. HVL was the second best player on the floor. I want to see what she ended that game with. Because I thought she was really, really good that game. And I thought there were flashes of HVL. Again, I understand why the Sky let her go. I do understand that her overall stats did not look great, even though I thought she looked quite good in preseason. And she did end the season on 5 scoreless games in her last 7. But in that Connecticut game, they won it by 12 points. She had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist on 6 of 8 shooting. Like, in a rare win for Chicago. Against the Sparks, in a win, she had 6 points in 15 minutes. If you look at her in quite a few wins, she did well in quite a few wins. So I'm like, this is a player that has something, and I think it's enough that if you are a rebuilding team and you're not going to be competing right now for a championship, maybe your worst case scenario being competitive for half a season, I think all around it's one of these things where it's like, I think she's worth taking in that regard. I think she's absolutely worth being on a roster spot. Take a chance on her because she's young, she's aggressive, not really necessarily aggressive. She's young, she can go and get a bucket. She's able to drive and kick. Defensively, question mark. Ability to run the show as a traditional point guard, non-existent. But I do feel like HVL can be a pretty okay rotation piece for a team. And to be honest, if you're getting her on waivers, yes, you're taking on her contract, which at the 10th pick is probably closer to $300K. But you're the Sun, you have a bunch of money. You paid Kennedy Burke $1 million. You've got tons of money left. So yeah, for me anyway, I really like this design. I really like the signing. I think overall the Connecticut Sun have done a pretty decent job in the offseason, considering how hard it is to get people. They haven't moved to Houston yet. I think they put together a team that's going to be a bit better than last year and still in with a shot at getting Juju. So I don't mind it. And I like this signing of HVL.